Morning. Let's do a simple puzzle and let's talk about dev stuff today. Hey, Pix. Come on. I need you to move. Why is it not? Give me 1 second. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so the performance stuff is still very much what I'm tackling. I've discovered that the Godot label3d stuff is not great in the sense of every Godot label can actually have, label3d can actually have multiple materials per single label, and changing parameters and just adding it to the tree creates a lot of label material creation work. So I'm working on an alternative form of the label3d class that I'm calling fast text. That has a initially I had it working as with a static global material, but the static global material approach is a bit inflexible. Like, it's a bit too extreme because there are places where I'm using different font parameter stuff throughout the game. So what I'm instead doing is I've switched it over to having like a shared font, what's the word? A shared font resource that multiple fonts can share. That means that they will get rendered with a single draw call. I hope that doesn't get caught up on the video. If it gets caught on the video, that's fine. Oh, hold on, my wife's on the phone. Hold on 1 second. Let me just close the door. 1 second. There we go. Means you don't pick up her phone call. So yeah, anyway, that should solve the resources problem that I'm getting on the menu system that is causing frame lag time, because material creation it can be very expensive. There's a lot of shared texture stuff and whatnot going on, which means that it's not always the case that textures are being copied across. But I mean, I'll be honest, the Godot text system is pretty primitive. It's nowhere close to like something like Slug or a lot of the more modern text systems. But it's still very cool, very useful. But yeah, so this is the optimization I'm making. It's not the only optimization I'll need to make, but I'm hoping solving my text problem will solve my immediate frame hitch in the menu system, and that'll resolve the issue that I'm having. I may share out the change. I definitely think, like, initially it would be easier to share the change as an add-on or a plugin or whatever. I don't have the time right now, but I think that would be the easier way to share it, because the less performance... It's an open source project, and I don't want to get into like a pissing contest of performance versus flexibility and all that stuff. But realistically, you want to be batching your font draw stuff as much as possible, and you want to be incentivizing. I know it goes against sort of the, oh my god, it's so easy to use, but you want to be pushing your users to what's the word I'm thinking of? You want to be pushing developers who are using your engine to make performant decisions. And so a lot of times people go like, oh, why is Unity or why is Unreal or whatever, or why is Professional Engine X asking me to do things in this weird way. And it's because if you do things the way the engine wants it to, then the game runs really fast. And that's like always a friction point. And, contrary to what some shitty devs will say, is game engine programmers never want to say no to you. They always want to push their numbers up, so to speak. But, there's also it's a difficult job. It's a very difficult job. And so the classic thing is artists get upset because the game engine people will say, you can only have this, or we're going to have to turn off this, or whatever, because, you have to hit performance targets. And the ideal world is you tell everyone quite restrictive parameters, like you under-promise initially, and then over time, you can hopefully say, well, I've made it so you can now have 32 lights in a sector rather than 16, or I've made it so you've got a bit more texture memory or whatever. And obviously you don't want to swing too wildly, because the art team and the production pipeline will be built to those initial targets given, and you want to have a bit of ambition in your targets, because over time things will get you'll find performance in places. But the worst place, you don't want to be late in development and then have to take things away from the team to hit performance targets, because I think that's where most of the, oh my god, the game engine people are always telling me no comes from, is that that late stage pullback. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's not even the game engine programmer's fault, because sometimes, there's something on the platform side, or someone forgot to account for the fact that, oh no, we have to have the analytics system running, or we have to have a call in to some platform API that's chewing up a bunch of memory, or is adding latency in a place. So there is a bunch of reasons for it to happen. It's not there are surprises. It's actually one of the reasons why a lot of game engine people will, less so these days, because teams are more professional these days and such, but the old gag used to be, so memory used to always be the problem, right? I mean, it always is the problem. It still is the problem. But now we have different memory pools and different amounts of memory and everything. But back in the day, we used to have very little memory. And so what used to happen, right at the start of the project, a lot of engine devs would just reserve a bunch of memory for junk. And they'd have more memory than they think they need for things. And they'd pad out their buffers and stuff. Because then what happens, with arbitrary stuff that the content team doesn't have access to, right? So static buffer bullshit usually. And then late in development, when they're like, oh no, we've tried everything, we can't optimize it, how do we get it? They go in, they magically recover the memory. These days, I think it would be a bit frowned upon, at least in big studios. I think in small teams, it's still a valid practice. I think especially on indies and small teams, it's still valid, because it's but on big teams, you can't really get away with it anymore. It doesn't really fly. Oh, this is such a lovely, pretty map. Normally I do 500 pieces or whatever, and I take my time over multiple sessions. But, because I'm trying to do a single puzzle in one sitting, it's, hey, it's a much bigger, their pieces are much bigger, it's a much coarser puzzle. It's fun though, it's really fun. It's amazing how quickly it comes together when it's at this scale. Because when you do it with the tiny pieces, it does take ages and ages. Not that I mind, because you also do a lot more piece management. Like I'd never have it all sort of sprayed out like that. This is the other thing I love about mixed reality. I can pet the kitty. Okay. We got the walls there. This is the other nice thing about doing virtual jigsaws as opposed to real jigsaws, is the pieces can just hang and you don't need particular surfaces. Okay, so let's see. Where's this? There's cliffs there. I wonder if those pieces don't go together, but do we have sort of a map edge piece? That looks promising. Not quite. How about here? No. It's a bit too much shadow on it. What's this piece? No, this piece is something like that. It's not an edge piece. Let's just get these down here. Oh wait, maybe no, that's not it. It's not. We need something that's coming into light. Oh, I'm missing my window with the light. Oh wait, what's this? Is this it? No, this is not it. Though this looks very similar to this. No. Yeah, man. Edge piece. I've got to have an edge piece around. Just neaten those up. There we go. I'm not seeing. Oh, what's this? No, that's. I mean, it's promising, but oh, haha! It just had the tiniest slither. Okay, those are all connected up there. So let's go around here. Punk. Oh, looky ducky. Looky ducky. Ah, there we go. Connect up to there. Oh, there we go. Do we have a? Sure, we had a piece that was. Well, obviously we have a piece because we have all the pieces, but I'm like, no. Water pieces. Those are all the water pieces we had, right? Yeah. I love the seasonal variation here. But yeah, so the fast text library is the thing I'm working on at the moment. It's tricky work because it's a lot of like memory tracking and figuring out when stuff can go in and when stuff can go out. And then like how stuff gets passed up to the renderer. I think yeah, I definitely want to like work on batching the text more and okay, let's leave that aside for now. No, I really want to go all the way around. I want to do it all around. Aha, there we go. There we go. Come in. Nope. It's no good there. Oh, how's that? Hey, the cliffs are resolved. Ah, I knew that was there somewhere. This feels... We got all the bottom... this is going to be on the interior somewhere. Isn't it? Isn't it? Who's got snow? Who's got snow? No, I feel like that is... Yeah, I feel like that is the edge there. This is not outside, this is inside somewhere. I don't think we got a good connector up yet. Maybe on that roof? How about this roof here? Let's look at the roofs. The roofs. The roofs. The roofs. Oh, this is a nice big piece. And we know that it's on a connecty bit. But let's focus on roofs for now. Roofs. That's a different kind of roof. It's this kind of roof that I want to focus on. Do we have the time? Ah, my brain's been doing... There we go. There we go. I knew that was fit there. I wonder where... Hey! I love it when your brain finds that, like, pattern match. It's very satisfying. Does someone have a roof with a sticky out bit? A roof with a sticky out bit. That is... Ah, this is the one. Ta-da! Okay, now this is a roof. Tiling, edge. Flat edge cut. That kind of looks like it. No. I don't want to get caught into the trap I got caught in 2 days ago where I had the... Okay, let's see. Let us see. Is there anything... Nope. Nope. Yeah, the other thing I'm thinking about with the fast text stuff is I'm thinking that it might be worth having like a surrogate... so to have the text stuff be derived from like marker 3D maybe, and then to have a surrogate like mesh render thing. The problem is, as I said out loud, it's going to get in the way. So I was thinking about like how do I batch calls, but then it's going to get in the way of any motion vector stuff, I think. Yeah. I think that's going to be a problem. So let's not go that route. Okay, that's all nicely connected up there. Let's see. There we go. I knew this water was mostly there. I knew I had most of these pieces here. Okay, let's look. Where is water? Oh, that's not water, is it? It's, no, it is water. Yeah, there we go. Which means this is going to connect up here somewhere. There we go. We've got one more piece of water somewhere. Somewhere over rainbow. Nope. And nope. Got all the pieces out. My eye is just not tracking in for that water piece. It should be damn obvious to spot, unless I put it somewhere. Pex, do you have it? I don't think you have it, do you? Oh, good boy. Good boy. I'm thinking... It's got to be one of these. This should be an easy spot. There we go. It's the light. The light was not my friend. That turned up pavement. It should be an easy spot as well. It's going to be up here somewhere. Oh. Blue tower. Who has blue tower? Blue tower? Blue tower with a bit of railing. Blue tower with a bit of railing. Ta-da! This is... Oh, do we have any more railings? The railings seem to be on the outside. Oh, there we go. Book. The pinky bit goes here-ish somewhere. Unless there's another pinky bit. This feels... Oh, there is a bunch of pinky bits. It feels like it's over here somewhere, maybe. Ah, there it is. There it is. Satisfaction. This feels... Oof. I have no... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I have no idea. I just immediately spotted it. Okay. Let us see. Ah, there we go. Book. I am having trouble finding this. But yeah, so I think the batching of the fast text, the main problem I'm just trying to resolve rather than runtime rendering performance, which is something I want to dig into as well with the label3d stuff, because as I say, it's not the greatest, especially for VR. But what I'm trying to resolve at the moment is the runtime costs of adding and removing text to the tree, because that's the thing that's buggering me right now. And so if I can resolve that, we're in a good place with the fast text stuff. That there. We've got to have... Nope, that's not there. This is going to be there. Oh yes, that makes sense. Sharp connecty bit with the corner bulge. Corner bulge. Who has a corner? Maybe? No. Isn't this pretty though? Isn't that so pretty? There should be something with crenellations. Ah, there we go. Crenellations. Huh, that's not the crenellations part I was looking for. Oh, this bit here? Hey! So where does this bit of crenellation, pointy, uppy, downy squares go? I'm not seeing a hole in the... That is strange. Unless it's entirely self-contained crenellation bit. Wow. Where does that connect up? I assumed it would be super obvious because it must be in the middle here somewhere. Oh no! Ah, I just missed a hole. I missed a hole. Boop. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm tempted next week to do, because I think tomorrow I'm going to do something that's not puzzling places while I chat about work. But I'm tempted to actually do a multi-day puzzle and just take my time and then just forced myself only to have half an hour for the puzzle in the morning. Boing! How pretty is that? So pretty. Okay. But yeah, the fast text does seem to be a problem. The good news is the work is very transferable. Sheepy. Okay. Tiny Glade is the game this is based on, which is a lovely, not VR game. Very, very adorable. Okay. That's where we will call it. Ta-ta.